Hi, so welcome back. This is part two of the series. As we've sort of discussed briefly in the last video, this website now looks really plain and it needs a lot of work. So what I'm going to take you through are various options and settings that you can have a look at, but by no means I'm going to cover everything. You'll need to sort of play around and have a look at things yourself, just so you get a better idea of it as well. First things first, what I want to make you aware of is this little menu pull down box here. Most of the things that you need to do will be accessed from the more pull down. So it looks exactly like a program. So you've got buttons like the edit page, create a new page, and so on. That's because Google runs a lot of things in the cloud. So this looks like a program, maybe that you'd see Keynote or Pages with, but it's just running on a website. Let's go down to Manage Site. And instead of having that weird site name, let's just rename it to Another Digital Portfolio. So this won't change your website address either. It will still remain as minded as eZankov DP5 or whatever it was, but it will just change the site name. You've got the categories again and description. Most of these settings here you can leave alone. And then down the bottom here, I'll just briefly explain what happens here is on every single site, unless you change this to collaborators only, your users will be able to see the last time you've edited a page or when you've uploaded something or when you've made a change. So if you don't want that to be public and you basically just want to update the website without people getting a look in as how often you update and so on, you can change that to collaborators only. And I'll just press the save button. The other thing for now I'll briefly show you is the sharing and permissions tab. So this is really who gets to see your site. At the moment, mine is anyone who has the link can view this website. So anyone that has this link can view my digital portfolio. There's a few other different settings. The difference between these two is it basically, if it's on public on the web, it means that it gets put up onto Google search engine results. So if someone happens to search your name, and you've put your name on your website and so on, then your website address might come up as your digital portfolio page. So the other settings are pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so let's just go back to the page now. And you can see that the title has changed. This is what I was referring to, this recent site activity. Because I'm actually the owner of the website, this will come up for me. However, because we changed that to collaborators only, if you remember, for other people this would be removed. And I'll just quickly show you what that looks like. So it's basically got the last time you edited the page and basically tells people when you've made a change. So this little bit will no longer appear to people that don't own the website. If I click on edit page, you can see that you can start to manipulate and change a few things. You've got some menu options which we'll cover in coming videos. What I basically would like you to do before part 3 is to really have a bit of an explore of the edit page, have a look at some menus and go back to the manage site section and just go through some of those different areas to really start to familiarize yourself with a few different things.